Wow, Trixie, look at all these views Elements of Harmony and Save Your World has been gotten. I know everybody here has seeming to like your work. Everybody here has been seeming to enjoy what you've been doing. Maybe we should skip. No. We've got set schedules, Trixie. We are going to stick with it. But I think I know how we're going to lure these people in and introduce them to the subject of Fandom Fridays. You don't mean. Yep. Alright, it's your funeral. Listen, people, I do try to warn him, really. Just Trixie lie. Honestly, I try to protect him from the stupidity of what he's about to experience, but he just won't listen. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fandom Fridays. Well, I'm saying welcome to our new viewers and some of our old ones. Fandom Fridays, the show where I proceed to illustrate other fanfics from the different fandoms that are not pony. Now, most of the time, these are really, really good. Like, say, Seal of Silent Hill that I did last October, or some of the Buffy stuff I've been encountering. Sometimes they're really, really bad. That's about 1% of the time. Like today's kindling. It's by Fawn Doom, a frequent guest on our show, as any of your longtime viewers could attest. I've sat through many of his fics by now, and I hated all of them. So, I think I'd like to introduce you guys to this. Now, for you new viewers and new listeners, I should warn you, I have made a drinking game for this story. The rules are this. Von Doom uses the original Senshi, uses the Senshis as dub names, i.e. Serena, Amy, Ray, Lita, and Mina. Me, I sometimes switch into the Senshis' real names. So, every time I switch into the Senshis' names, take a shot. Every time a spelling error or some sort of graphical glitch makes me mess up, take 2 shots. Take a big, long gulp whenever Von Doom does something so canonically horrible, so out of character, that it causes me to break and go mad. And finally, take a shot every time I say ellipses, or count an ellipses. Trust me, Doom uses a lot of ellipses, so you're going to need those shots. That being said, I should also let you new viewers know that this show doesn't always illustrate bad fanfics. 99% of the time, I do illustrate all the really good ones. And sometimes I even show the ones that I find to be really enjoyable. Like, again, Seal of Silent Hill, or a certain fun fic I'm about to do later on this month, in honor of Elements of Harmony and Save Your Worlds. Shh! It's a secret! Well, now that that's out of the way, join me, won't you, as we here at the Treeberry Memorial Library basement am proud to present Victor Von Doom's Sailor Moon Terminator crossover. Terminator on Sailor Moon. Rubius was in his chamber. He was upset due to his recent defeat against Sailor Senshi. He knew that there could be a way to stop them once and for all. Suddenly, Sailor Scouts, a machine. Wait. What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no! Von Doom, why? You had to see this coming when you were working on whatever it is you used to create these things. People, you're not gonna believe this, but he did something that sometimes happens in these ancient fanfics of yore. He kept writing the sentence until it's all the way through the side of the screen, which means that I actually have to, instead of scrolling up and down to read the fic, I have to scroll side and side to read this sentence. Yes, the entire long sentence. And just to prove, the next sentence that I'm about to read, the entire thing It's just all on one line breaking through the side of the screen. Rubius was in his chamber. He was upset due to his recent defeat against the Sailor Senshi. He knew that there had to be a way to stop them once and for all. Suddenly, a thought came to his mind. Months ago, during one of his travels, he heard of events that were taking place in Los Angeles, especially about a killer machine that appeared in 1984. He knew it was the Terminator. He decided to capture one. After creating one for himself, he returned to the original one to its era in the time stream. Using his time-traveling powers, he sent the Terminator to the 1980s, 17 years before the birth of Serena Cecino, Sailor Moon. Terminator's mission, kill Yoko Tsuno, Serena's mother, just like he was supposed to do with Sarah Connor. In the present, Sailor Pluto sensed a movement in the time stream and decided to look at what caused it. He was terrified that once he saw the machine traveling through time, he knew about it and was distraught to see where it was going. So he decided to talk to the Sailor Senshi to prevent them. Oh, by the way, if that sounded like it was all one sentence and I didn't take a break, that's because he's allergic to periods. Oh, God. And that was all one sentence. One long, screen-breaking sentence. No. You know what? I think I've got something here on my FimFiction account that I would love to read for you. Let's see. Necromantic Adventures of Liar Heartstrings, Evil Empire Story, Red Eye. Got it. How about this? I'll just read you something from Fallen Equestria instead, Sally. I don't really have to illustrate this. Fallen Equestria Side Story. Secret Santa, Red Eye, by that guy Vex. Drizzling in a clammy mist, the rain left the young mare chilled to the marrow of her bones. She did everything she could try to keep herself from... Hey! What is he doing? Hey, put that down! No! Oh, okay! Back to the fic! Sailor Senshi, a machine called the Terminator, has traveled back through time stream, and its destination was Tokyo in 1980. So, what are we supposed to do with that? Ow. Okay. I hate to stop this here, but how could there be Skynet in the Sailor Moon timeline? Why didn't the Senshi do anything to stop Judgment Day? Forgetting about the Crystal Tokyo? You know, that giant crystal castle that inspired the Crystal Empire? It's right over there. Happens in the year 3000. The Senshi know about this. There's no way it'll be affected. It happened. Skynet should not exist. Doesn't make any sense. Rubius should not be able to use it. There shouldn't even be a robot for him to inspire. It makes no sense. There's a plot problem. In 1984, a machine like that was supposed to kill the mother of a future soldier, so it can allow its constructor a sure victory in the upcoming war. And I saw the black logo, the Black Moon, on that thing. Black Moon Enterprises, Inc. Ami gasped at horror and almost fell back. Makoto caught her. Ami, are you alright?
Don't you get it? The Terminator was set to 1980. Serena is 13 years old, and we are in 1988. That can mean only one thing. Professor Tomoe knows who Serena is and sent the Terminator back to kill her mother before her birth. Ellipses.
Wait. Professor Tomoe doesn't work for the Black Moon Clan? He works for himself, Pharaoh 90. The girls were all silent. Of all the enemies they had faced, none had had a strategy like that. Luna broke the ice. You have to go back in time and... Ellipses. A scream was heard, and Serena fell to her knees. Minako and Ray rushed her aid. Serena!
My...
Ellipses. Oh, body hurts! Ellipses. What? Ellipses. What's... Ellipses. Happening! Ellipses. Girls, you have to go back now! Something is happening! What's happening, man? The girls transform, and with the help of Sailor Pluto, they travel back in time to stop the Terminator. They arrived at Tokyo Central Park. They went in different directions searching for the machine. Sailor Venus started to walk around and saw the Terminator walking around towards the Suzuko references. She stood in front of him. She pressed her communicator to alert her friends. Stop right there! I'm Sailor Venus, and I'm allowing you to hurt an innocent woman! On behalf of my guardian planet, I'll punish you! Of course, seeing that the Terminator is just a robot and Minako's a Senshi with a love me chain and a sword and energy blast, this fight is to be over in 5 seconds. Ami was the first to receive the signal and screamed in horror when she heard her friend's voice.
Sailor Venus, no! Get out of there!
The Terminator saw in amazement at how a little girl tried to stop him. Without hesitation, he turned his finger into a sharp knife and then aimed at her then he decided to launch a warning. No. Rupees. Tomoe. This is the T-1000. He's one of my favorite machines to use. I love the guy. This is the T-800. He was played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. He went back in time, the T-800, mind you, to 1984 to kill Sarah Connor. The T-1000 went back in time to kill John Connor. Sarah, John. Sarah, John. Arnold Schwarzenegger, that really cool guy whose name I can't remember. Arnold Schwarzenegger, police officer. The governor, police officer. Know the freaking difference. This is not rocket science. All you have to do is just watch Judgment Day. Now, it does say it's the T-1000, and I might forgive you. Stand aside. No, I won't let you hurt my friends. Sailor Venus, Ami's voice was heard here. Heard. H-E-R-D.
Sailor Venus, listen to him. Get out of there. You can't stop this thing.
Why? I've got a love me chain. Watch. There, come into ribbons. You can freeze them now. It's not that hard. It's just liquid metal. My element is metal. I basically control him as we speak. Sailor Venus only heard a soft sound. Then a horrible pain came from her right leg as the finger that destroyed the communicator penetrated her body. Ooh! Then another shot at her shoulder finished the job. The Terminator pulled the body into an alley and walked away. When the communication was lost, Ami ran toward the place. Her computer pointed to Sailor Venus. When she got there, she gasped in horror when she saw the blood stains on the floor. She then felt a tap on her shoulder.
Sailor Venus, thanks to Alessia, you're alright.
She hugged her, and it was then that she noticed something weird on her, but was so happy to see her friend she didn't care about it. She then kneeled to check the bloodstains. Behind her, Sailor Venus' hand changed into a huge knife and prepared to attack Sailor Mercury from behind. Ami raised her hand when something well-known came to her. Venus. Ellipses. Venus. Ellipses. Crescent. Ellipses. Ellipses. Beam. Ellipses. Blast. Ellipses. What Ami saw in front of him was the most horrible sight he could ever saw. Sailor Venus was in front of her. She was a mixture of blood, sweat. Her skirt had a hole in the place where she was attacked. Blood was coming from the injury. Her normally white uniform was mostly red due to blood coming to the injury on her shoulder. She stood up and turned around. Behind her hole in her chest, it closed in seconds. Wait. Sailor Venus. Was it? Oh. See, there was no Sailor Venus. Okay, for a minute there, I thought the fic was confusing me again. Wait. Fool girl, I spared your life, but it looks like I'll have to finish what I started.
No! Mercury petals! Blast!
Guys, since this is during R or S, I think you all know how this fight goes. The T-1000, I'm like a metal.
I freeze things. Shine, aqua illusion.
Mars, I burn things. Burning mandala. End of fic! While the Terminator tried to find him in the fog, Sarah Mercury helped Minako to escape. Minutes later, she was trying to help her friend in a deserted alley. She was really worried since Minako was playing dangerously and her face was pale.
Hang on, Mina. Please, ellipses.
Ami?
Yeah.
Ellipses. Leave. Ellipses.
What?
Ellipses. Say. Ellipses. Say Serena's mom. Ellipses. She. Ellipses. She is more important. Ellipses.
No, I'll never do anything like that. You're one of my best friends. Ellipses. Ellipses. I'm not gonna let you die that easy.
Ellipses. Ami. Ellipses. My. Ellipses. Sisters. Ellipses. Future. Ellipses. Is more important. Ellipses. Forget. Ellipses. About. Ellipses. Me. Ami looked at Mia straight in the eyes. She couldn't believe what she heard. Minako was Serena's sister? That made her work harder on her wounds, but it seemed impossible to stop the bleedings. Suddenly, she noticed that Minako was silent. She was terrified when she saw Minako's face pale and her eyes closed. She shaked her.
Minako, please don't do this. Minako, open your eyes.
The blonde girl opened her eyes a little. Ami, ellipses. I'm tired, ellipses. I want to take a nap, ellipses.
No, please, Mina, ellipses. Please keep awake,
Ellipses.
If you fall asleep, you may never wake again, ellipses.
To Ami's relief, her friends arrived. Oh, God. Ellipses. What happened to her? Asked Ray.
She was attacked by the
Terminator.
Ray, I need help. I can't stop the
bleedings.
She's going to die if we don't do something.
Ami, stand aside.
What?
Just do it. With doubts, Ami obeyed. Then, to her horror, fire! So! Ami closed her eyes when she heard the scream of Minako. Then she opened them when she saw Minako had burns in places where she was wounded. The only way I had to stop the bleedings was to cauterize the wounds. I found it in an abandoned apartment near here. We have to take her there. Minutes later, they arrived to the place where Ray mentioned. Minako was unconscious, in a bed, while Ami was taking care of her wounds. That thing is too powerful. What are we going to do to stop it?
It's worse than that, Lena.
What do you mean, Ami?
Look at the places where he hurt Mina. He was trying to kill her. The wound in the leg was more than enough to kill anybody. Thanks to Ray, Minako's alive, but...
Ellipses. Tears ran down her face. But what?
Ellipses. Don't know, ellipses. Run along, ellipses.
Suddenly, an intense fog covered the place, and a tall figure emerged from it. Ellipses. To be continued. Ellipses. Oh, you guys are in for a treat. You people who have been with this show since the beginning know why you're in for a treat. A tall figure emerged from the fog. Ami recognized it immediately. Twilight! Ami! The blue-haired girl started to cry as she hugged her. I'm joking. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Twilight. King of the Gary Stews. Yes. I said king. Perfect. Insanely beautiful. A gargoyle that can turn into human in the daylight and not stone in the daylight. Has magic powers that trounce the Senshis and that he can perform better than they can do everything better than they can, dang near invincible, almost a god compared to everybody else, and is insanely and Izami's his boyfriend. Don't worry, folks. I changed it up.
Minako is dying, ellipses. I don't know what to do, ellipses.
I could save her, but you must leave us alone.
Do you really think you could save her?
Of course. You may return in the morning. The girls did as the gargoyle said. Once alone, she uncovered Minako's body. Then she took off her uniform, leaving only her underwear on. After that, she applied special herbs and remedies of her knowledge. Then, she extended her arm, and her staff appeared in hand. Placing it in front of her, she said, Moon, healing, activation! Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses! The young girl's body was covered in a bright white light. After that, Twilight turned human, and then fell asleep on the couch. The next morning, the girls were having breakfast. It's an abandoned motel. How were you having... Nope! Not even gonna ask that! Ami asked Makoto to prepare something special for Twilight. Meanwhile, Ray went to look for Serena and found a note. Do you know where Yusaki is? asked Leah. She left it a note. Left! Left! How many times must we do this, Vic? Left! There is no ED! Hear this. I'm going to look for my mom. If I found something, I'll let you know. Signed, Usagi. Saviorof appeared before them. She must be stopped. What are you talking about? Ray, our mother can already be pregnant. If Usagi touches her in any way, it will be like touching her past self. That will kill them both, or destroy the entire universe. Ellipses. Oh no, ellipses. I'm going to get Ami, you go before us. In the meantime, Ami was in her way to her room where Minako was. In there, Twilight opened up her eyes when she felt hands touching him. She was surprised to see Minako. What's going on here? She said while she stood up. Nothing, my love. Ellipses. Minako pushed Twilight's face towards hers and kissed her on the lips. Then she pushed her onto the bed and unbuttoned the shirt of the surprised pony when she started to caress her chest. But at the precise moment when she was about to take off her bra, boing, Ami opened the door. The blue-haired girl stood up there motionless. Then she stopped her tray with the special breakfast she asked Makoto to fix. Tears formed in her eyes as she taught.
So, Ellipses, this is why you want to be alone, Ellipses. 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 Why, Ellipses. How, Ellipses.
She couldn't finish as she ran out crying. Twilight tried to go after her, but to her surprise, Minako held her back. Let her go. The only thing that bookworm loves for real are books. Now close the door and let me show you some real loving. Minako pulled Twilight against her, but due to her weight, she followed up on her, crushing her foot in the process. Artemis arrived, and thinking that he was trying to hurt her, jumped on his face and scratched him. Get off from her! Stop it! I don't know what is wrong with her. I have to go find Ami. With this, Twilight ran out of the room, leaving Minako alone. The blonde girl dressed up and started to look for her friends. Meanwhile, Ami run and run. So go on running. I'll keep on running to you. Until she reached the park. Then, she sat against a tree and started to cry gutturally. Until a kick made her fall a few meters away. She turned around to see who her attacker was.
No, Ellipses. Not you, Ellipses.
Hello, Ami. This time, it looks like I'll be able to finish my job with you. It was the Terminator! Then, to Ami's terror, he turned into Sailor Mercury, and one of his arms turned into a huge axe. Awesome! Let's rock! You mean battle axe. Funny. Ellipses. Ami Mizuno will be killed by Sailor Mercury. Ellipses. With incredible speed, Okay, I love the T-1000, but several things he is not as fast. I tried to hit Ami in the chest, but the girl moved to avoid the attack, but she couldn't avoid a cut in her arm. Then she tried to run, but the Terminator fired a line of steel that inflicted a cut on one of Ami's legs. The girl fell to the floor, and the Terminator got on top of her. Alright, time for some wrestling! Ready to die? Ami closed her eyes. She was too hurt, she didn't want to live. A thought crossed her mind, but after she closed her eyes...
Just do it, Ellipses. I lost my reason to live, Ellipses. Why, Twilight, Ellipses? Why, Ellipses? I'll be gone so you can...
Excuse me 1 second, folks. I need to do something. This is just, I just can't, no, just 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 no. Oh, great! He broke him again! Will somebody please give him a wine over? There's something to fix him! Wait, I think we got a few things around here. Let's see what I can do. Will somebody please take over?
Toy!
Oh, great! Fine, you can take over just for a little while we reset him. Yo, this is not an Applejack story!
Toy!
Okay, he's fixed. Meanwhile, Usagi reached her home, but there was nobody there, so she decided to look around. She saw that the one in the future became her room, now empty. She then entered her mom's room and found a book in her bed. My mom's diary. Let's see. Let's see, ellipses. She found the last page. Tomorrow, I may accomplish my lifelong dream, ellipses. Today, the doctor said that if the exams are positive, I'll finally be the mother of a beautiful boy, ellipses. Since I was a little girl, I've wanted to have a baby son, and now I'm close to achieving my dream, ellipses. Serena dropped the book, and tears filled her eyes. She fell to her knees and crying. She, ellipses, never liked me, ellipses. That's why she yells at me, ellipses. Because you mess up horribly on tests, and you mess up on your grades, and slack off, and miss school, and sleep in? Ellipses, she, ellipses, wanted a boy, ellipses. She sat behind the bed and started to cry. At the same time, her mom and dad arrived. There was happiness in their faces. They learned that Yukiko was pregnant. And, I never got this, Vic. You're using the dub names, American names, for Japanese characters, and then you use their Japanese names, the parents' Japanese names, for their characters. Why? 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 That makes no sense. Why would you do that? Isn't that a little bit confusing? I mean, I can understand you want to keep in the dub names, but are we in America now? In Japan? Where are we? But their smiles vanished as they heard sobs upstairs. They rushed up and followed the sound until they reached their room. Yokoko moved her hand toward the doorknob, ellipses. To be continued, ellipses. Why is there a link to part 2 from part 1, but not to part 3? Why is this fic continuing to hurt me? Why doesn't this fic like me? Fic, you are doing a very bad thing for the audience. Everybody here wants to know what Fandom Fridays is all about. Everybody here wants to see Fandom Fridays at its best. You, Fic, are showing the worst of things. Now, fanfic, why not be nice to the audience and show what's good about you? Demonstrate why people should like me doing this show. Come on, you can show it. You can demonstrate why people would like the show. You're not going to do that, are you? Part 3. The Terminator prepared to kill Ami. Suddenly, a thick fog covered the place. Nonetheless, Ami continued with her eyes closed and tears running down her cheeks. Then, a voice was heard. Aqua Illusion! A thunderous blast of water impacted the T-1000, making him fall 3 meters away. Okay, I'll forgive you now. Okay, you see? You see, we can work together, Fic. Ami felt hands holding her. Ami, ellipses. Ami, answer me, please, ellipses. The blue-haired girl opened her eyes slowly and saw a strange warrior in front of her. He had a blue armor with the Mercury symbol on his chest. She recognized who he was when she saw the staff left on the floor. Leave me alone, ellipses. But Ami, ellipses.
Why did you save me? Do you want to hurt me more?
Well, we are into BDSM. Ami, you don't understand.
You want me to understand that you did not only save Monako, but you somehow managed to sleep with her and ellipses. I was so stupid to think that you left me, ellipses.
Yeah, Vic, you're not really helping your case. There was no reason to jump to that conclusion. And Ami is overreacting big time. Blue girl stood up and left the place crying. Seeing the Terminator had escaped, Twilight hid in a tree. Suddenly, a voice made react.
Can I help you?
It was a 12-year-old girl. Well, if I can't get Ami, at least I could go for another sec. Ow! Ataru, ellipses. Ataru Tomoe, ellipses. You, ellipses, are Sailor Saturn, ellipses.
You hurted Ami, ellipses.
No! That isn't true! Ellipses. But I don't know what made Minako act like that, ellipses.
Your healing.
Ellipses. What?
It was your healing.
Ellipses.
You see, you can imitate all our powers, but those reserved to Neo Queen cannot be controlled that easily. Haha, near.
What do you mean?
Simple. The last thing you had in your mind before using the healing was the love you have for Ami. When you used the lunar healing on Minako, not only did you cure her, but also transferred her the last feeling you had.
Well, that makes no absolute sense! So, ellipses, that means, ellipses, she's in love with me, ellipses, but what can I do to revert that process?
Nothing, ellipses. Only the Moon Princess can.
I'm going to look for Ami.
Twilight,
Ellipses, yeah?
that thing is too powerful. We are going to need your help in order to stop it. Yes, we Senshi need the help of some random OC in order to be able to stop a robot. A robot that can easily be frozen or melted down into its spare parts. That's right, we girls who can control water, use fire, need help to destroy a robot that can be easily destroyed by ice and fire. Yes, we need help in order to stop a defenseless, weaker robot that's far, far weaker than the robots that we fought. We need the help of a stupid male Gary Sue's cock in order for us to handle a robot that any of us should be able to handle in our sleep.
Right! This is thick! Continue to what to disturb and hurt me! Oh gosh, I'm not even done yet! I'm only on the third chapter. I'm only on the third chapter. Well, on the right side, there's only one more chapter left. Hell! Meanwhile, Ikuko Tsusinka opened the door. But before she saw something, Pluto appeared. It took Serena, but dropped her locket. Ikuko saw it and felt something when she touched it. Like she knew it, then she put it on her night table. A few meters was there, Pluto appeared while Serena in the hall. While Ami tried to save Minako 2 days before, the blonde girl fell to her arms and started to cry uncontrollably. What's wrong?
She hates me, ellipses. She never wanted me, ellipses.
Who?
My, ellipses. My mom, ellipses.
Serena, what's ridiculous? Yeah, it kind of is. That's kind of stupid to jump to the conclusion, and Usagi would never break character like this.
Her diary, ellipses. She wrote that her dream was a boy, ellipses.
But suddenly, Serena fainted. Ugh. The Pluto cast her just seconds before she hit a rock in the ground. Then she teleported to her apartment. Ray was upset. I'm sick of this! Leah tried to calm her. Ray, please, ellipses. Serena's trying to rest. So what? I want to go back home. I can't take this anymore. Ami crying over a creep, and now Serena and her clumsiness are giving us more trouble. Makoto took her and slid her against the wall. Boom! And then slid her again. Boom! And then slid her again. And again. And again. And again. And time for a wrestling match. Look, I know you don't like Serena, ellipses, and that your envy of her are huge, but we are going to protect her and save her whether you like her or not, ellipses. Do you understand that? Then she reached her. Ray left it to place, smashing the door. Pluto walked towards Makoto, who sat in a chair. She will calm down, but do not worry. I know, but what worries me is the fact that she hates her, ellipses. I'm afraid, ellipses. Of her hurting Serena? Makoto nodded her head in agreement. Do not worry. Ray would never leave her lay a hand on her. In the bottom of her heart, she knows that Serena is the Moon Princess, and she has to protect her. No, Luna is the Moon Princess. I hope you're right. Later that day, the girls, with the exception of Ami, who stood home resting, and Twilight, who arrived to an abandoned warehouse where they thought the Terminator was hiding. Before entering, they transformed. It was then Usagi found out she didn't have her locket with her. Well, meatball head, looks like your clumsiness is at it again, said Ray. Sailor Mars, please. Oh, come on, Pluto. Look at her. She reads a note on a book that she wasn't supposed to read, and now she can't be our brave lead, ellipses. A slap for Sailor Jupiter stopped her. Another slap. Another. And 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 is anybody else getting turned on by this? Because I sure as heck am. Ray, if I hear another word insulting Serena out of you, I swear you're going to regret it.
I think I know where the locket is. I'll go get it.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Pluto. It's so hard to tell because nobody puts in who says or ownership pronouns! Pluto vanished and the girls continued away. The Terminator says to presence, the Terminator could do that! and prepared a surprise attack. He moved behind them. Seeing that Twilight was the last in line, he prepared to attack. Yes! Yes! His arm turned to a big knife. Yes! Yes! It jumped out from behind him. Yes! Yes! Before he could impact on him, the unthinkable happened. He lives.
Twilight, look out!
Out of nowhere, Ami pushed Twilight aside. Unable to move herself to safety, Ami received an impact on her back. Twilight received her body in her arms. And that was a long receiving from Twilight. Ami! No! Sailor Jupiter used her over the thunderclap and blasted the machine away. Twilight was trying to help Ami. Ellipses, Ellipses. Ami, don't talk. Let me help you, Ellipses.
No, Ellipses, no, Ellipses, there, Ellipses is no, Ellipses, nothing to do, Ellipses.
Ami, no, Ellipses, I have to save you, Ellipses. I have to! Ellipses.
Ellipses, just, Ellipses, hug me, Ellipses, please, Ellipses.
The guy hugged the girl, and she opened her eyes.
Twilight, Ellipses, yeah, Ellipses, love you, Ellipses,
I love you too, Ellipses.
Ellipses, Aaron, Ellipses, Ellipses, told, Ellipses, me, Ellipses, F, Ellipses, everything, Ellipses.
She caressed her face, and then her eyes closed slowly, and her hand fell to the ground. The pony was devastated. No. Twilight put her face into the blue-haired girl's chest and started to cry. Then she stood up and turned to the gargoyle form, where he started to walk towards, pushing the girls aside. Twilight, where are you going? To avenge Ami, Ellipses. Part 4. Part 4. Part 4. Part 4. Xenophobia by Callback. My warriors kept their heads low, deep in the brush, watching me. Pigments and the hut witch talismans kept us safe from the enemy. Kept me safe. Let us track one another, without being tracked in turn. The very sort of hedgecraft our noble Caesar so often turns his muzzle up against, preferring the polished magics of his court wizards and soothsayers. Yet, these make us safe to serve Caesar. This day, I found humor in that. Our enemies had neither safety nor hope. In their faces were every color of the world, and many more beside, painting them for the entire jungle to account. They thought themselves clever, wise, and brave, and were often boisterous in saying so to one another. Nothing they did reflected this. They foolish trampled the undergrowth, instead of slipping around it, creating a wake that marked their passage. They chopped at it to hasten their travel, expending much energy in sweat water, which they would not have when their battle began. And look, I think the audience if the audience had a choice, they would rather watch something that's entertaining and enjoyable rather than reading a bad fanfic like this. Is that right, audience? No, we won't see you suffer! Yeah! I hate all of you! Serena and Sailor Pluto arrived in her home. The girl and the young woman arrived in Ikoko's room. Serena left the room to search for her locket. Then she smelled something. Following the smell, she arrived to the kitchen, where she saw her mom cooking her favorite dessert, apple jam. Forgetting about the time where she she walked towards her mom.
Mom, Ellipses, it smells good, Ellipses.
Excuse me, young lady. Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
Oh, Ellipses, I'm sorry, Ellipses. It's just, Ellipses. Dad, I haven't eaten in 3 days, Ellipses.
Oh, but didn't you just say you had breakfast the last chapter?
Oh, Ellipses, don't worry, Ellipses. Sit right there and I'll give you something to eat.
Meanwhile, in Coco's room, Pluto found the locket. Finally, we can leave now, Serena. Isagi? Oh, dear Celestia. Ellipses. Taking the locket with her, Pluto ran down the stairs. Ikoko felt something strange. It was like she knew the young girl in front of her. The baby inside her kicked with joy as well. The woman prepared a sandwich and served it on a plate. Then she was about to give it to Serena. Pluto entered the kitchen. Stop, please. This is incredibly stupid. Setsuna threw her staff, but was unable to prevent Usagi from touching the plate, which connected her with her mom, giving Serena a brutal discharge of energy that blasted her out the window. Ikoko was shocked. What? No. It only works if you do physical contact. It doesn't work like that. Time travel doesn't work like that. Sorry. But Pluto used her staff to return everything to normal. It cleared the memories and defense of Ikoko's mind. Then she went to aid Serena. Serena, Princess, answer me, please. My whole body hurts. Ellipses, let's go. The young girl and the woman disappeared to reappear seconds later in the entrance of the warehouse where they left it to friends. Pluto was upset. Thanks, Pluto. Ellipses, a brutal slap cut in her words. Fool! I cannot believe your irresponsibility. You risked the universe for we know it for a sandwich! A cake, sure, yeah, I mean, I would do that, but sandwich? No. I was hungry, okay? I don't know about you, but being hungry for 3 days is horrible! Ellipses. Now I understand why Ray should be the leader, Ellipses. What? I can't believe what I just heard, Ellipses, especially for you, Ellipses. But before the discussion continued, Sarah Uranus and Neptune arrived. What? When did you guys arrive? Why are you here? What are you doing here? Why did you just...
You got no reason to. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. Nobody even mentioned that you arrived. You shouldn't be here. Why are you here?
Hello, dear brother. What are you playing right now?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. Are you enjoying playing Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
Do you think that's a fun game?
Yes.
Can I play it with you?
Don't you have a reading to do?
No, I don't. I don't have a reading. I don't have a reading to do. I don't have a reading. Why am I doing this fic again? Why? Why am I doing this? Why? Why is this fic hurting me? Why? Why am I doing this again? Why? Look, we could talk about your differences later. Ami got killed in there, and that gargoyle boyfriend of hers snapped, Neptune said. Serena gasped in horror and ran inside to help. She found Ami's body on the floor. But the bodies hit the floor! Was right beside her. The guardian fire saw her with angry eyes. Ray, Ellipses, what happened? Don't talk to me, Ellipses. But, Ellipses, why? Ellipses. Ray got up and slammed Serena against the wall. Why weren't you here? Ami died because you weren't here to save her. I was trying to get my locket. You know, my locket that I used to transform. I can't fight without it. The locket. She was about to deny it when she remembered that Ami was getting killed while she was looking for food. Technically, the locket. Tears ran down her cheeks as she fell to her knees. Ellipses. What's my fault, Ellipses? Then she stood up, taking her scepter and handed it to Ray. You're right, Ray. I don't have what it takes to be a good leader, Ellipses. With this, you are the new Neo Queen. This messes up with the timeline so much it ain't even funny. As a matter of fact, it isn't funny. I don't think I've had a good laugh in a while. Why am I not laughing? I should be laughing. Ray was speechless. She expected another reaction from Serena. The other scouts were also surprised. Serena, Ellipses. Okay, Ellipses. I'll do my best. Now, let's go find the others. They are after the Terminator. Meanwhile, Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Venus, and Twilight were in the search for the Terminator. Suddenly, Rubius appeared before them! Wait, if Sailor Pluto, Sailor Neptune, Sailor Uranus, and Sailor Saturn are there, then why is Rubius there? No. Why is Professor Tomboy working with him? Why doesn't this make any sense given the continuity? Why hasn't anybody proofread this? Where are my pre-readers? Anybody listening to this? Help! Ha ha ha! Still want to die? You. I'll take care of you! Twilight expanded her wings and flew to fight Rubius, who activated a force field, but it wasn't enough to stop the gargoyle, who impacted on him and made her fall to the ground. Now I'll destroy you. Delta, scream! No! Oh, that feels kind of nice. A lightning blast vaporized Rubius in seconds. People, I am shocked. I am amazed. Twilight was not responsible for the death of one of the characters. You're just saving me for the other idiocy, aren't you? They continued their way. I'm on my way to a new adventure. The rest of the Senshi joined them when they watched for several minutes, until they walked to an iron processing plant located behind a warehouse. You're actually going to do this. You're actually going to rip off the ending to Terminator 2? Welcome, ellipses, to your last battle, ellipses. Ray stood up in front of everyone and walked toward the machine. Really? Get ready for us, pretty boy. Pretty boy? Look, he looks awesome and all, but I don't think he's pretty. But a fireball didn't hit the creature. It was nothing more than a reflection on a gasoline container that blew up, blowing everybody back a few meters. Serena ran toward Ray. When did Ray join them? What? Oh, rest of the scouts joined them. Wait, why is the unmorphed Usagi there? Why is Usagi unmorphed? Why is she fighting transformed? Why is she there? Why is she doing this? Well, on the bright side, at least there isn't something so stupid as Ray dying because of her element. I mean, that would be one of the most stupid things in existence! Ray? Looks, ellipses, like you, ellipses, get to be, ellipses, the leader again, ellipses. The Guardian of Mars died peacefully in Serena's arms. People, I think I might have reacted too harshly to the Hercules and Zeta crossover. I do believe this may be the worst one I've ever had to do. Oh, this hurts. No, ellipses. Ray, ellipses. Then the Terminator watched right behind the records. Ha 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 ha! Who's next? Serena stood up. Scouts, it's time. Twy, stand beside me. The scouts and the unicorn stood up in a circle and called for their must. It's most. M-O-S-T. Scout power. Then all their powers, along with Twilight's, combined and formed Captain Planet! And a blast so brutal that the Terminator's chest blowed up. The hole was so big that he was unable to reform himself. Seeing the situation, Twi flew up and took him with her horn. Then she let him fall into the melted iron container. This is for Ami, ellipses. Then Pluto teleported him back to the present. There, Usagi was all tears for the loss of her two best friends. Then she had an idea. I will take them back to life. I will take them back to life. Oh, none of you are going to get that joke. What? Serena, killing people's life could take a lot of your energy. Trying to restore someone's life could kill you. Ellipses. I don't care, Luna. They risked their lives for me. It's time I do something for them. Even I have to die in the process. Yo, Serena. Mama-chan? The boy softly kissed her. What are you doing here? Why am I in a Starfleet uniform? Why? The boy softly kissed her. I love you. I love you too. Me. Ellipses. Please be careful, ellipses. Then, the bodies of Ami and Ray were placed in front of her. After turning into Sailor Moon, she got the silver crystal out of her locket and turned it into the Neo Princess. Then, a bright light calls in place. After a few seconds, the light dimmed and they saw Ami and Ray. They ran to him. Thank God you're back, girls. You did it, Serena. In their happiness, they didn't notice that Usagi was on the floor, unconscious and back in her normal clothes. Mama-chan ran next to her. Serena, my love, please wake up. There was no reaction, so they decided to take her to a medical facility. The doctor's diagnostic was terrible! We don't know what happened, but she is suffering from a case of extreme fatigue. She's in a profound coma. Wow. Profound. Witty. There is nothing we can do. Isaki opened her eyes. She was a night pallet. Suddenly, she heard footsteps behind her.
Mom!
Serenity, my dear. I don't give a darn.
Does this mean
Ellipses. Queen Serenity hugged her. My dear flower, what you did was the greatest sacrifice of them all.
But, ellipses, what about, ellipses, Darian, ellipses, Irene, ellipses, if I'm dead, ellipses, Irene will not exist.
My dear, I'm going to ask you a very important question. Do you really want to go back? Or do you want to stay in eternal peace? She just looked at her mother, who understood her. Oh my god, is that a period in this paragraph? Is that a period? Yes! Miracles do happen! I just wish the next miracle would be that this fic would end. She looked at her mother, who understood her. In the hospital, the girls were worried that the doctor told them Serena's stop, and they were waiting a few more minutes in order to declare her clinically dead. Ami entered the room and saw the heart monitor was straight laying on it. Tears ran down her cheeks when she saw the doctor and nurse enter to disconnect him. That was when the unthinkable happened. Usagi became a man. Doctor, look. Her heart started to work again. What? Impossible! The doctor ran towards Serena and checked her. To his surprise, she was alive. The girls were overjoyed, and even though they didn't understand, 3 weeks later, Serena left to the hospital with the medicine of the Terminator, and everything seemed to be okay. But one day, a dark surprise came for Serena. A nurse called for her came for Ray, and Willie ran under the table, where Ray handed her a note, and Monaco left it with a small packet. You may not understand why I left. I don't understand. Well, it's simple. Why? I betrayed your trust. Why? Especially Ami's, even though I knew she loved Twilight more than anything in the world. I tried to do things because you were under mind control. And only God knows if I did worse once with him against his will. I can't be on the team anymore. How could I ever look at Ami again? I betrayed her trust, her friendship, things that meat. Hamburger or sorry. For me. Maybe I'll return one day. But, Ulysses, I think it would be better if I start over again. You may find my pen and communicator on the package beside this letter. Finally, I want to say that I'm sorry, especially to you, Ami. Ulysses, but I hope one day you can forgive me. Ulysses, love, Mina. This thing makes no freaking sense! Do you see what you made me do, fanfic? You had me wake up a reasonably nice young lady to get me out of bed! Serena walked toward the window. It was 8 p.m. It was a full moon. As he watched it, the Princess of the Moon knew that starting the next thing, things were about to change. Ellipses. The end. For now. Ellipses. So, what do I think of the fic? I do not like it. No. Personally, I had to ask you guys, you longtime viewers of this channel, the ones who've watched all the Von Doom stuff, and have seen me suffer through all of them. What do you guys think is the worst right now? Is it Death of the Hercules and Xena, the crossover with the X-Men, or this? Personally, it's a toss-up between this or He-Man. The only difference is the He-Man one, for some odd reason, has that rape scene with Beastman, and I've already discussed why that's stupid. The rest of this fic just could die in a fire. Bad enough, we've got Gary Stu Supreme showing up. That was bad. Luckily, as I kept pretending it was Twilight, my entire mind just kept thinking that this was a unicorn. I thought, bad enough that happened. Bad enough, you decided to try to cross over with Terminator, even though of things that make the least amount of sense to cross over with Terminator, this ranks just right up there with Superman. Because, as Lakar said about the crossovers with Terminator, here's what the crossover between Terminator should be. I'll be back. Ray, no you won't. Burning Mandela.
Shine Aqua Illusion.
Skynet, I'm a big computer. I have the freaking Conchiso. Boom! Not really a lot of room to work with. It's like trying to have Skynet go up against Tony Stark. It's not really a good idea. But then, you had to throw in all of this other OOC bullcrud into this fic. That this fic just had to bring out all this rest of this bullcrud to dump on me that makes no freaking sense. First off, number one, this fic seems to be chronologically confused. Rubius shows up, yet Sailor Uranus and Neptune show up out of freaking nowhere without any explanation. So, where's the set? R or S? You can't have both. I mean, what? Did Tomoe bring him back? Is he there? You can't mix the two like that and expect to have a whole. Not only that, but why are the Senshi stuck with where their series attacks? Ami Shine Aqua Illusion should make this easy. This is the problem with some bad fanfics, when they forget the character's skills just to make the drama happen. And that's my other complaint about this fic. The forced drama and the unresolved ones. First off, we get the whole entire, oh, well, Twilight's love for Ami made Minako fall in love with him, and now she's under a love poison. No, healing spells don't work like that, and even if you try to say it's due to uncontrollable power, we've seen him do worse, and it's never worked like that before in the other fics. There's no way you can tell me that it works for one thing, but doesn't work the other way, unless you want to try to keep good continuity in a fic. But all this did was have Ami overreact and suddenly go, oh, my boyfriend broke up with me, and instead of being the strong, smart, capable girl that I am and decide to fight for my friends, I'm going to let his breakup shatter my will and resolve. I've got nothing to live for, except for my dreams, my friends, my family. But this one guy broke up with me. I want to die. Oh. How stupid can you get? This is an insult to Ami as a character, as we all know Ami would never do this. She loves her friends and would never allow this to hurt her that badly. Then again, I don't think she would be in this type of relationship with a freaking gargoyle or a pony. And of course, in case you have not noticed from my reading, this plotline did get resolved. Only the Neo Queen can fix that. No scene. Oh, I'm fine. I'm fixed now. Oh, and by the way, instead of talking it over with my friends like I should, I'm going to run away and never come back and have to start a new life. There should be an epilogue of them grabbing Minako by her long golden hair and pulling her butt back. I do love how they say this is the end for now, but none of Von Doom's stuff has any continuity within each other. You know that. I could read this stuff out of order and you wouldn't have noticed. Number 4, speaking of drama that never went anywhere and doesn't get resolved, the whole entire drama involving Ikoko and Usagi. It's like, oh, Mom, I found a diary about you saying you wanted a boy over a girl. Can we talk about this? Nope. No resolution to that. No look back on it. No saying, hey, actually, you got messed up. I'm sorry if you think that way, but I've always wanted you. None of that. Nope. Nothing like that. No, that would actually meaning that things got resolved in here. But they don't. It's just a dangling plot thread that never comes back. And then we get to the OOC-ness of the Senshi. Rei would never jump so willingly to grab leadership. She's too close to Usagi for this. The way you think this fic was set up, you think that they always hated each other and would jump at the throat to, I'm sorry, this is based off the dub, and as we all know, in the dub, the Sensei's relationships were horribly mangled, to the point where you think that they were only there together out of sense of duty, rather than true friendship like they are in the actual Japanese version. My apologies, I forgot. This is not based off of the original Japanese version. This is based off of the dub, where insults are aplenty. Seriously, why is that, dubbers? Why do you continue to mangle friendships? Another thing I can't help but notice was the Terminator and his lack of character. The Terminator is a cold-blooded killing machine. He should not be going, "No, I will kill you!" Ha 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 ha! He should just be walking silently, only speaking in voices that he has attained, or asking for mission parameters. That's what made him intimidating. This is not the Terminator. This is just some liquid metal creature that they just threw together. He might as well just be an MOTW for all the good that he does in his fic. Rubius, of course, is horribly mangled, and the mention of the word Tomoe does seem really out of place. Also, Minako leaving like that without talking to her friends, this seems rather spontaneous, like, oh, well, the Sensi got everything cured. Oh, sorry, last 5-second tragedy. And also, the fic is just horribly paced, as we can't seem to mix anything. We can't seem to connect anywhere. Now, I'm not saying that Terminator-esque storyline wouldn't be good for Sailor Moon, but I have seen them done better. But this is just like the writer just decided to throw in a random robot and hope for the best, while at the same time ruining every single character, including his own. And that's another thing that really irks me about this fic. It's the mess up of the timeline and just how stupid everybody's actions are. It's like nobody took a second to think about their movements. Well, people, new viewers, I hope you enjoyed this little taste of Fandom Fridays. Join us next week, where I'm going to have something special. In honor of Elements of Harmony, Savior Worlds, I'm going to give you the prequel. That's right. Join me next week, fans, for the Day of the Broken Fang, the last day of a certain organization. Cobra! I'll see you then.